NEWS.MC on Monaco Info is brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties. Our exclusive interview with the personalities making the Principality.
My name is Gilles Dyan. I'm the chairman and founder of Opera Gallery. I am born in Tunisia in 1960. My parents came in France, so I was raised in the suburb of Paris, and my parents were school teachers. My first job was selling advertising done for the formation of dentists. I had to go to look, to try to take some 30-second, 45-second, advertising that was before the production of the video. It was a very, very hard job, very, very difficult. I didn't succeed very well. And I went to Saint-Tropez, that everybody knows, enjoying, and I met someone who was at this time working not in art, but I will say he was importing paintings from Hong Kong. And it was paintings done in hand by different people. The painting came from Hong Kong, and he told me, we became friends, little bit friends, going out and everything. And he told me, Gilles, you should come with me to sell this work door to door to people. You'll see, it's very funny, it's nice, we make money. I said to him, look, really no, I like what I do. I make good money, enough to have a nice apartment at my age. And he insists. I said, okay, so let's open a company together and let's start. And I started the first weekend because I was working during the week. And the first weekend, we started to sell this kind of paintings imported from Hong Kong and selling them door to door to people in Sarcelles, Garges-les-Gonesse, Saulnay-sous-Bois. Not very, very nice area. It was crazy. I mean, the first 2 days, I did what I did in 1 month, salary with commission. So I said, wow, it's nice. So after a few months, I stopped doing advertising. We consolidated the company together and we started to employ people and we started a company. And after we started to open locations, galleries in shopping centers around Paris, like Vélizy, Créteil-Soleil, La Défense. And the name of the company was Les Peintres de Demain, Painters of Tomorrow. So we were selling these not nice works, but selling also lithographs of contemporary artists, well known at this time, and some very young contemporary artists. And we had some very good locations, so we developed the company. Everything was good, We opened like 10 galleries, in 5 years. Business was flourishing. And after the Iraq war came and the business went down, I didn't react as fast as I should do. So, I didn't close shops, put people away, from my company. All the money we made, I put all the money back in the company, everything. And after it was very, very difficult, very, very, very difficult, for us. I had a very small gallery close to the Bristol Hotel in Paris, Faubourg Saint-Honoré, different target than the one we had in the shopping center. And at this time, the business was horrible. It was in 1994. I have someone, Saturday afternoon, who came to see me, who was organizing the first art fair in Singapore. The name was Trésors, and the guy came. I remember very well even his face. It was a long time ago. And he told me, I like what you do. He didn't like anything, but I like what you do, and I want you to come to take a booth, in my fair in Singapore. It is the first one. Singapore is a new territory. You should try. I didn't even know where Singapore was, in the map. And I said, okay, I wish, but I don't have money, I am completely out. I don't know how to pay my people. I don't know how to pay the rent. The fair was in January, I think, January or February. We sent the work. I've been there, and the first 3 days of the fair, the time of the fair was 5 days. We sold everything in 3 days. I have 45 paintings. I sold everything. And 4 months after, we opened a gallery, and the name of the gallery, I found the name, Opera Gallery. So I found this name because I wanted to have something easy to understand in a few languages, like in English, in Chinese, even in Indian, everybody knows what is opera. So Opera Gallery started like that. I studied a lot. I studied 20th century, went to all the museums, when I went to cities, I went to see the galleries, I went to see the art fairs. I need to educate my eyes, about the artist, because you have some artists. It's not only a question of signature, for any artist. You have some very good paintings, you have some good painting, you have some so-so painting, and some very bad paintings. So the most important is to try to educate your eyes, to know a little bit the background of the artist, to remember, in your head when this painter did this kind of work, because sometimes it could be, for example, in end of 50s when Fontana did the painting, with slash like that, or the only artist on the top of everyone from the 20th century is Picasso, and was Picasso, and I studied a lot, I read books, I went to museum, and the most important is to see as much as you can artworks in different ways, in galleries, to collectors, museums, foundations, on books also, and to learn about the artist and everything. At the beginning, when we started Opera Gallery, so we have some contemporary artists that we defend, but to be honest with you, at the beginning of the creation of Opera Gallery, we took mostly some commercial artists. My goal and my vision was to build a network of galleries in the best cities and in the best locations. We took some artists, the price was from $10,000 to $50,000, sometimes $60,000. With the time, we changed completely the vision and the target of the galleries. When we had 12 or 13 galleries, I said in my mind, I want to change everything. So I stopped with all the artists. I was focused on the secondary market, because when you decide to promote an artist, it is a real job, and it is much more difficult to promote an artist than buying and selling a Chagall or a Picasso. And you make much less money. But after, it is a question of passion. When I buy a Picasso, a Chagall, a Léger, I have the passion when I buy. I love to buy. I prefer actually to buy than sell, to be honest with you. But I need to sell also, to cover all the expenses we have. It is very motivating to take care about an artist and to build the artist. And we did a few right now that we have on target. Every year we do a master show, we bring from all the galleries worldwide, important paintings from many artists. So this year we have an exhibition mostly concentrated on two very important modern artists, Fernand Léger and Chagall. So this year it is the anniversary of the 70 years of the death of Léger and the 50 years of the anniversary of the death of Chagall. So we bring in the Principauté 40 paintings, 20 by Chagall, 20 by Fernand Léger, and we try to bring during the summer the cream of the work that we buy during the work, because we have in Monaco, the possibility and the capacity to sell to our collectors and to people who come to Monaco for the summer. We must be very careful about the new trend, because the new trend sometimes is very volatile. For example, in 2005, you had at this time the young Chinese artists like Zhang Xiaogang, Yu Minjun, Feng Xiaomin, all these artists-là, the price, it went for $2, $3, $4, $5 million. Now, from all these numbers of artists, you have maybe one who is still, in the market. It is not a question, of trends. You just need to choose an artist with a strong reconnaissance, but you have also some young ones, some who have already, a certain age, who are very important and who are from important museums like the MoMA, Metropolitan, Guggenheim, and other institutions. We rent many paintings, mostly in Korea. We don't do it in the US, we don't do it in Europe, and we don't do it in America. But in Korea, it's good because you can rent a painting, and we can rent it on a base of 25% of the retail price per year, so which is fantastic. We don't rent painting, many millions, just painting 100,000, 200,000. This happens in Korea. Sometimes when we do show in museum, we give the painting to the museum, we borrow the painting to them. People rent the painting mostly, for parties, or they want to have the work in their home, for 6 months or for 1 year, for special events. So sometimes our director in Korea is doing, but it's not a huge business, but he's doing it a little bit. For an artist, who didn't go to auction, it is not easy. You cannot put a price for 200,000, 300,000. It is impossible because most of the collectors, the investors, the buyers, they need to have a repère, on the price, and auction is a kind of repère. And it is not easy because you have some work sometime in auction of one artist, one size, even the same year, the same size, even the same subject, but it can go for 100,000 and it can go for another painting for 500,000. So it is not easy to see the difference and to see a very appropriate evaluation of an artwork. So the best thing I can say to a collector is really to buy what he loves, to buy it from a gallery, with respect, and international gallery, that that when you have a problem, you can call the gallery and the gallery can sell back the painting, for you. And us, actually, we buy a lot back the painting we sold to our collectors a long time ago, everywhere. This is fresh works coming in the market, especially for the secondary market. The most expensive painting I bought was a painting by Francis Bacon. It was a few years ago. I bought it for 14 million. Most expensive I sold as a broker. I didn't own the painting. It was a painting by Modigliani for 59 million US. But I was acting as a broker, small percentage, on the deal, which is very nice. Thanks God. It is a competition. The number one from far is Gagosian, He's 80 years old now, but he's very active and he's very good, And he had the chance to start a long time ago. He had the chance to do exhibition with important artists like Basquiat, for example, and Kisari. And we don't fight really with all the... I think we are in the 10 first one, worldwide. Base gallery, with other handwears, in terms of turnover. Yes, sure, sometimes you have competition when you want to buy a painting. It could be private, but it could be also in auction. Yes, you have always competition, but us, we don't show ourselves too much, We buy very quietly. If it is on auction on the phone, or we have networks to buy, we buy a lot from banks, for example, in Japan. We buy a lot to private collectors, We try to bring fresh work in the market for our collectors worldwide. I opened the first gallery in Singapore 30 years ago. There was nobody. I opened the first time the gallery in Hong Kong 25 years ago. I was alone, nobody. Now you have 80 galleries who are there. I opened the first gallery in Dubai 20 years ago. There was nobody also. Now there is 50 galleries. So we are a bit precursor, in a sense, for opening new spaces and everything. And when the other galleries are coming, we are happy because it means the market is here. It's true that in Hong Kong, like 25 years ago, we had to educate the people. We were publishing newsletter, new things. So after the other dealers, they come when it is a little bit done. But it's okay for us. So the first time I've been to Monaco, it was Voyage de Noces when I get married. We came here and discovered Monaco at this time. It was very nice, I loved it. We went to nice restaurants, we went out in the night, we went to the beach, at the beach club. No, it was fantastic. The first impression was very nice. We have a good location, in the city. We are inviting ourselves some very important collectors for a few days in Hôtel de Paris or l'Hermitage for special grand opening, but excluding the opening, just for them to come. We invite them, we entertain them. If they buy, but it is good for us, We are in a family mood here. I am with my wife, my kids, my grandkids. I love it, and I am very, very happy, to be in the Principauté of Monaco. Monaco is the only place where I stay 3 months during the summer with not moving. Otherwise, I am traveling all the time. Means I'm traveling 3, 4, 5 times per month. I go to Asia, I go to Middle East, I go in Europe, I go to America, I go to the expansion of the gallery, the expansion of the group, to see collectors, to see bankers, I go everywhere. And the only time where I feel good, I love to be there, it is during the summer with my family, my kids, grandkids, I love the life here.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching News.MC, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Discover more interviews and stories on our websites, News.MC and MonacoInfo.com. This show was brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties.